Refreshed after a day off. The Mariners get after it again, right? Aren't you? The Mariners get after it against the Washington Nationals. Felix on the mound tonight, always a thrill when he takes the mound. He's going against Jordan Zimmerman. This guy is so special.
Well, he really is, and I think for Felix, you look at his last couple of outings, a little bit of a struggle for him, but now he has that extra time off, something that Lloyd McClendon has done throughout the year, and he's always responded. When he has an extra day, Felix Hernandez 7-0 with a 1.77 ERA. So look for Felix to get things back on track tonight.
Looking forward to that. And he's opposed by a bright young pitcher, Jordan Zimmerman. This Washington ball club, they have a good staff, the #1 ERA team in the National League.
Well, for the Mariners, they have to get ready for a good fastball. His fastball will be in the mid-90s. He'll work both sides of the plate. His out pitch, his slider. He'll mix in a curve and a changeup, but he's basically a fastball slider pitcher. He does not walk people. Look for the Mariners to be aggressive with him early in counts.
Month of August has been good for the Mariners. Tonight begins the final 30 games of the season. It's a stretch drive, meaningful games for the Mariners, and both of these teams have performed well here in the 8th month of the year. These numbers, not too shabby.
That's the reason why they are in the position they are. Look at the Nationals, 17-9, third best record. The Mariners, 16-8, second. Then you look at the runs per game. We've talked so much about the pitching for good reason in this series right here, but they both are starting to swing the bats. The Mariners scoring some runs. That's the reason why they have played well. Games that are gained in the standings. Look at the Mariners +3, and of course the Nationals 4.5. So as much as we've talked about the pitching, and again for good reason, both clubs starting to swing the bats pretty well.
Pretty impressive. We got the Kings Court and the High Court here today. A lot of excitement. The weather is cooperating over the last few minutes. Sun breaking through before it's set. We're glad you're with us here in Root Sports tonight. It's the Mariners opening up a 3-game series against the Washington Nationals. First pitch is straight ahead. Mariners baseball here on Root Sports is being brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Grammy-nominated Hawaiian artist Willie K. September 27th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. by AM, PM. Too much good stuff. And by Ford, we are local. Got some clouds here as we look south on the 5 as we send you down to Angie Mentink as we continue our pregame show.
Thanks so much, Dave. Last night, New York and Detroit faced off against each other. Now, both of these teams we're watching closely in the wild card race. Detroit ended up taking that game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tonight, New York was in Toronto to face the Blue Jays. Mark Burley came into that contest 1-12 against the Bombers. Lifetime, including dropping his last 10. It looks like it's going to be 11 that game right now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jacoby Ellsbury jacked his 14th home run to power the Bombers. They're up right now 5-3. Meantime, Justin Verlander trying to get over to the 500 mark against the White Sox. So with their win last night, Detroit pulls even with the Mariners for that second wild card spot as we take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Now, moving on to today, Game 2 is coming up in just about 30 minutes between Los Angeles and Oakland. Jared Weaver on the hill for the Halos going opposite John Lester for the Ace. This will be the first time that these two hurlers will face off against each other. A reminder, the Mariners pay a visit to Oakland for a 3-game series next week and will face both Oakland and Los Angeles 13 times in the final month of the season. Now here at Safeco Field, we've got the Kings Court in session tonight. Unfortunately, the Nationals have found a way to win their last 9 against Seattle, but tonight they have to face Felix. His first pitch straight ahead here on Root Sports.
Well, here we go. 30 games left in this 2014 season. It begins here on a cloudy night in Seattle. The Mariners thinking playoffs. And the Kings Court is in session this evening, this Friday night in Seattle, as we welcome you to Mariner Baseball tonight against the Washington Nationals. Two really good teams getting after it here tonight. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. And a lot of excitement in the building tonight because Felix Hernandez is on the mound, opposed by Jordan Zimmerman. And Felix hoping to start this final 30 days, these 30 games, would take you right to the playoffs for the Mariners. Would be their first playoff trip since '01. Got a good Washington Nationals ball club, first place in the National League East, 6 games on top of Atlanta. Leading off, Denard Span, the former Minnesota Twin. He is enjoying a fine year, tied for 9th in hitting in the National League. First pitch is ball 1. Umpires for tonight, Doug Eddings, a 16-year veteran, New Mexico resident. Would have liked to have been in the Secret Service had he not been an umpire. Corey Blazer, Jim Joyce, and Marvin Hudson, the rest of his crew. 73 degrees, winds not much of a factor at all at 2 miles an hour. Span 2 for 22 against Felix from his previous days with the Minnesota Twins. Fly ball left field, backing up Ackley. And Dustin makes the play. Let's take a look at the rest of the lineup for the Nationals.
Floor manager Matt Williams saw Span leading off. Then it is Anthony Rendon. Then it's Worth, LaRoche, Desmond in the middle of the lineup. All of them having good years. Harper, good to see him back in the lineup. He will hit 6. Ramos, Cabrera, and Schierholtz rounding out the 9 for the Nationals. And for Felix on the air, looking for his 14th win, ERA just over 2. 191 innings pitched, 204 strikeouts, only 34 walks on the year. Opponents hitting just 196 against Felix.
First pitch crushed deep left center off the bat of Anthony Rendon. Jackson running out of room. It's gone. 18th homer for Anthony Rendon, the third baseman, 23 years old. Bright young player, and he got all of it. 1-0 Washington. The Nationals come into today's ball game 5th in the National League in home runs, and that takes their total to 117.
And their 3rd in runs scored, and a big part of it is the power that they have. Rendon hitting 2nd in the lineup, but 17 now 18 home runs on the year, and he gets a first pitch fastball right in the middle of the plate. Look for the Nationals to be aggressive, and I think the Mariners will be too against Zimmerman, against these 2 quality starters.
Standing there to look, and here's the veteran Jason Worth. He's having a good year, 7th in on base percentage. 4th year with the Nationals. Phillies in a couple World Series. 416 feet on that home run by Rendon. Full on that one, 0-2.
Good slider from Felix. He likes to use his slider against the right-handed hitters. Lefties, he'll use the curveball. And, of course, his out pitch is that great changeup.
A home run given up. It's the 10th home run given up by Felix. Here's what these guys have done. Worth has been very hot. There's a ground ball. Taylor goes over to get the veteran Worth for out number 2.
Take a look at the defense for the Mariners tonight. Ackley in left field, Austin Jackson, your center fielder, Indy Chavez getting the start in right. Kyle Seager at 3rd, Chris Taylor at shortstop, Cano and Morrison on the right side of the infield, and Mike Zunino will do the catching tonight. Felix, a little bit of a struggle in his last 2 outings. Against the Tigers, he went 5 innings, 2 runs. And against Boston, 5 2/3, 3 runs. And most of the time he steals pretty good outings, not bad, but for Felix, a little bit short of what we're used to seeing, so hopefully he can get back on track tonight.
Adam LaRoche, the hitter, the first baseman. 4 consecutive hitters with double figures in home runs. Rendon, Worth, LaRoche, and Ian Desmond. Nationals come in having lost 3 games at Philadelphia. Mariners 1-2 in this homestand, losing 2 out of 3 to the Texas Rangers. Here comes Cano from short right field to throw out Adam LaRoche. A 10-pitch inning. Felix gives up a home run to Anthony Rendon. We're underway here at Safeco Field. The Nationals won, and the Mariners coming to bat. Well, hopefully the Mariners offense will go flipping today against the Washington Nationals. Jordan Zimmerman, their 28-year-old right-hander, fine young pitcher. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face young Zimmerman.
For manager Trent Jewett tonight. Nice starting lineups brought to you by Chevron. Jackson will lead things off. Then it is Ackley, Cano, and Morales at DH hitting cleanup. Seager hitting fifth and playing third base. Mike Zunino, 19 home runs this year. That's tied for most by a Mariners catcher all time in a single season. And then it's Morrison, Taylor, and Chavez rounding out the 9 for Seattle. And for Zimmerman, as Dave mentioned, a talented right-handed pitcher looking for his 10th win on the year. ERA under 3 at a 2.93. 140 strikeouts, only 24 walks on the year. He has a good fastball. He will be in the mid-90s. His out pitch is his slider, mixing an occasional curveball and changeup.
Here's Austin Jackson looking to extend his hitting streak. He's at 8 games right now. Looks at strike one.
Mariners will see a lot of fastballs from Zimmerman. And you'll see that on the corners, consistently working both sides of the plate, pitching on the corners.
Quick worker, 0-2 pitch. And did he go? And he did, says Doug Eddings. 3-pitch strikeout. Jackson gone, 1 down.
Now take a look at see if Austin Jackson able to check his swing. And the home plate umpire Doug Eddings said he went too far. The defense for the Nationals, Harper in left, Span in center, Shearholtz out in right. And on the infield, Rendon, the third baseman, Desmond and Cabrera playing up the middle, LaRoche at first, and Wilson Ramos will do the catching.
It's Dustin Ackley.
A couple of additions for the Nationals. Cabrera coming over from Cleveland, now playing second base. He was the shortstop for the Indians, and Shearholtz was with the Cubs.
Cabrera, really good addition defensively out at second base. And Shearholtz has 9 assists. Second in the National League to Puig. Here's the 1-1. 0-2 strikes.
Again, a lot of fastballs from Zimmerman.
Young man won 19 ball games last year, 19-9 with a 3.25 ERA. Check swing.
They work.
Foul ball as Rendon picks it up.
With a couple of strikes, Rendon was playing deep at third. If that ball had stayed fair, it would have been a base hit for him.
Well, here's a weird fact for you. Last time these clubs met, 2011. Remember, we were packing our bags and Jim Riggleman quit because he couldn't get that contract extension.
Right.
And you go back to 08 when they were here. The Nats. That's when John McLaren got fired.
I thought it was interesting that they both have played 132 games coming into this one, and again, run differential both at 101.
This touched up pretty good. Center field, deep, off the fence. Ackley to second. Going to dig for third. He'll get there easily. A stand-up triple for Dustin Ackley. 1 out here in the first. It's his 4th 3-bagger of the season. Tying run, 90 feet away.
So Dustin continuing his hot hitting. 4th triple on the year. And he drives this fastball. It was the best fastball from Zimmerman at 95 miles an hour, and it's on the line. Span can cover some ground in center, but wasn't able to get back in time. And once it ricochets back past him off the wall, it's an easy triple for Ackley. Take a look at Dustin. Good athlete and can really run. He's watching it. And once he sees it ricochet away from Span, that's when he decided he was going to go to third. So a great opportunity for the Mariners to tie this game up with their best hitter, Robinson Cano, stepping in.
Here's Cano, 8th in the league. Mariners in scoring position, batting average, and Mariners doing a heck of a job with 3 base hits this season. It's a foul ball off of Cano.
The Nationals will play their infield back. A little bit unusual. A lot of times with Felix on the mound, the opposing team gets a lead, even if it's 1 run and even if it's early, they will bring their infield in. But they're going to go ahead and give Cano a chance to drive in this run with a ground ball.
Matt Williams in his first year, last 4 years, bench coach in Arizona, an outstanding player, 17 years in the big leagues. Great third baseman. 378 home runs, 268 batter during that time. Lloyd McClendon not here, attending the and paying for his daughter's wedding. 1-1. He'll be back Sunday morning.
They're saying he left town with his checkbook, huh?
Yeah. And actually, Mrs. McClendon, as Lloyd pointed out to me the other day, was doing a pretty good job herself back home. Trent Jewett, who had been the third base coach for these Nationals the last 3 years. Great reunion for him today to see a lot of old friends. 2-1. Popped up. Long run for Harper. That ball will get out of play as third baseman Rendon gave some chase as well. Kings Court in session, and the high court. Gotta love it when Felix is on the mound, and especially now as here we are in the 29th of August, 30 games remaining, and the Mariners right in the thick of things for some playoff action.
Well, now with 2 strikes, they will bring their infield in. They'll do that because they think the hitter will be a little bit defensive at this point. Maybe not able to drive the ball. Good swing by Cano. Fastball in on the inside corner, just above the belt.
Matt Williams talking about Zimmerman. He said he likes that slider. He likes the slider as his best pitch. But comes at you, doesn't mess around. The other thing I asked Matt, what have you learned so far through 132 games? He says patience as a manager. Take what the game gives you. So they come in, you come in with a lot of plans and they get blown up real quick.
Well, we've seen that with Lloyd McClendon. He's had to change what he wanted. We had Almonte in center field to start the year. Some of the pitching that he thought he was going to have wasn't available. You have to be able to adjust. It's a big part of what the job requires.
Good baseball man. Trent Jewett tonight said he's going to lean heavily on Rich Donnelly in terms of defensive situations, and Howard Johnson offensively. Here's a 3-2 to Cano. Runner at third, and he hammers it foul. Boy, did he turn on that.
It's impressive. Fastball, 95 miles an hour in off the plate. Still able to get the barrel to it. Take a look at the swing by Robinson Cano as he loads up. And as soon as he recognizes the pitch inside, that front foot gets down in a hurry. Able to get the barrel to it.
Cano steps out. Good test here against the Nationals. Good ball club.
Very good club. I think for the Mariners, are going to see some tough pitching over the weekend. Well, the Nationals will too with the Mariners pitching staff. The best in baseball. Cano will get the walk.
First and third.
Take a look at Zimmerman. If you look at his fastball, throws it almost 70% of the time, averaging 94. We'll see him at 95, 96 at times. Opponents average 257, and then there's a slider, 18%. He usually that pitch when you get a couple strikes, try to get his strikeout with that pitch. Throws it hard at 87. Opponents hitting just 241 against him. Again, occasional changeup. Doesn't throw it much, and you can see why. Opponents hitting 407 off of his changeup.
Penn has been working hard. They've been loaded up. A lot of folks out there early on, about 4:15, 4:30 this afternoon. Here's Kendrys Morales. Look out.
Heads up.
Kendrys 1 for 4 in Wednesday's 12-4 loss to Texas. Hit a 2-run double in the 6th. Ackley at third with a 1-out triple. Cano walked. Now 0-1 here to Morales. Cano back safely.
Good to see James Jones back with the ball club.
Aaron sent down.
Yeah, Jones called back up today.
Swing and a miss.
Another option to have that kind of speed on the bench. And here you go. Ramirez option to Tacoma. And James Jones recalled with the Rainiers. He was playing well. 282 with 7 stolen bases.
Trent Jewett said, young man brings great energy and a great student of the game. Here's the 0-2. No. Base hit off the glove of Adam LaRoche. Got a tie ball game. Here's Cano. He'll get the third. 1-1 here in the first. So Kendrys Morales with RBI number 34 ties this ball game up.
How much better is this team going to look at? Morales can get hot moving into the last month of the season. This is an off-speed pitch, 81 miles an hour, able to keep his hands back just long enough. Might have been the changeup, and he hit it hard. Goes right off the glove of LaRoche. A good fielding first baseman, but can't handle that smash. And by slowing it down, it's easy for Cano to get around to third. Mariners, great opportunity to pick up another run.
Never ceases to amaze me how left-handers can get to that pitch, put the barrel on it, right?
It is amazing. It's a great advantage. You're going to see more right-handed pitching, and they can get to it, just drop the barrel to it. But I think I liked about it was off-speed, 81 miles an hour. And you know he's watching a lot of fastballs from Zimmerman, still able to keep his hands back and make that adjustment off the 95-mile-an-hour heater.
Here's Kyle Seager. Mariners home run and RBI leader. 20 homers, 81 ribbies. To the strike, 1-1.
16 home runs here at Safeco Field this year. He's really swung the bat well in this ballpark. His third full season, again with the 20 home runs. That's 3 years in a row. Leads the club in RBIs with 81.
A good count, 2-1.
Kyle here at Safeco Field hitting .328 with 12 doubles, a triple, the 16 home runs that I mentioned, and 52 of his RBIs in 67 games here at Safeco.
Two-1. 3-1.
This is what you wanted to see. Score a few runs, and Zimmerman have him throw a bunch of pitches early. 23 pitches for him here in the first 15 strikes.
Mariners' number 2 home run hitter Mike Zunino's on deck. Mike with 19. Cano at third, Morales at first. A 3-1 here to Seager. Takes it for a strike.
Ball was up. Kyle didn't like it.
Doug Eddings, home plate umpire.
Take a look at Trent Jewett. Wasn't happy about it either. Well, that'll give Kyle a chance to swing the bat.
So 1-out runners at the corners. Payoff pitch here to Seager. Hit well down the line. Giddy up, and it is foul. Oh man! Jumped all over.
Well, he had the pitch that he wanted. It was a fastball, elevated above the belt and on the inside corner. And Kyle, his home runs that he hits here at Safeco, he will pull the ball into the right field seats, tries to keep it fair, but just enough hook for it to go foul.
So do it again. Fan makes a nice catch up there. 3-2. There it is, foul ball. 3-2 pitch. Get the other way. That's a heck of a play, and then booted. That throw tailed from Rendon, trying to get it to Cabrera. And the Mariners lead it 2-1.
Kyle will pick up an RBI on the fielder's choice. This is one of the keys to this series, not just tonight, but in this series, because the pitching is so good. Can you capitalize on mistakes? And the Mariners able to pick up a run right there on the ball being thrown away. Take another look at it. Steve McCaddy, the pitching coach, on his way out to the mound. So another break here for the Mariners early in the ball game. Trying to settle Zimmerman down. Zimmerman now 25 pitches here in the first.
They give him a base hit and an RBI.
Base hit, I'll take it, yeah. It's good at bat from Kyle. Pulls the ball foul, and then Zimmerman goes right back, probably just off the outside corner. Too close to take. Kyle hitting the ball the other way. Looked like it was going to be a fine play by Rendon, but just wasn't able to complete the throw.
RBI for Seager's 82nd. Mariners with 2 on. Morales at second. Seager at first for Mike Zunino. Mike Z with 19 home runs. A record for catcher, tying Miguel Olivo. Hits this one. Center field. Span right there. Route number 2. Next up is Logan Morrison. Almost coming off a recent 9-game hitting streak. Since late July, hitting at .318. It was in right field in Wednesday's game, and the ball kept finding him. Made a catch with the bases loaded, then hit the wall. And it's the hardest he's ever hit a wall. Believe it. Ball dropped out, 3 runs scored. That was a tough day for the Mariners.
Well, good news for the Mariners. He's also been hitting the ball hard. You can see his average in the month of August, 321 in August. The Mariners so far 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Two outs, 2 runs in. Breaking ball for strike. Here's the 0-1. Fouls it off. Almost got to do some 2-strike hitting against Jordan Zimmerman. There, his numbers. First inning runs this season. 4 allowed, 4 earned. Tonight, 2 runs. Oh-2 pitch.
He did a good job spoiling that pitch. Perfect pitch on the outside corner, right at the top of the strike zone. It looks like Doug Eddings, the home plate umpire, is willing to call the high strike. Tough pitch to hit, but too close to take. Able to foul it off.
Big gap in left center for Lomo. 0-2 pitch. Worked inside and missed 1-2. Morrison, the 7th man to the plate here in the first inning for the Mariners.
And it shows in the pitch count. 30 pitches now.
One-two. Way inside.
Well, one of the things we heard about Zimmerman is his willingness to compete. Rarely shows any emotion on the mound. He's being tested here in the first.
28 years old, out of Auburndale, Wisconsin, 6'2", 220. Deuce is wild. Struck him out. Mariners do get 2 runs. RBIs by Morales and Seager. 33 pitch inning for Zimmerman. Mariners have a 2-1 lead for Felix.
And the Mariners come back, and right now they lead 2-1 against the Nationals. Hi, everyone. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. The Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays, and poor Mark Burley, he cannot buy a win against New York. He was 1-12 going into tonight's contest. make it 1-13. New York ends up winning it. They've actually taken 7 of their last 10 games. Jose Bautista did, however, launch his 27th home run. We cannot forget about New York. Yankees move to within 2.5 games of the Mariners and the Tigers, who are tied right now for that second wild card spot. Guys,
what a race coming down the stretch here. Don't forget 4 big games in Toronto in that last road trip for the Mariners. Here's Ian Desmond.
I would be perfectly fine if Toronto's out of it, and maybe they don't play quite as hard.
Nice stop by Taylor, but he will not get Ian Desmond. Base hit. Great effort.
We'll take a look at it. Expecting him to pull the ball. He hits it back up the middle. And a great effort by Taylor. Does the right thing, though. No chance to get him. Desmond runs well. Don't want to throw it away and turn it into 2 bases. Give Felix a chance to turn the double play.
Leadoff man's aboard here in the second inning. Brings up Bryce Harper. Harper, the 2012 National League Rookie of the Year. Had some thumb problems. Missed some time this year. Some big hack and misses. Harper in just the 74th game. One.
Good news for the Mariners. They now have the lead. Felix had only thrown 10 pitches in the first inning. Zimmerman over 30.
33. Isn't that crazy? Keep that going. And certainly over the last few years, been a lot of comparisons between this young man and Mike Trout. Trout way out in front. Trout, 2-time runner-up MVP and odds-on favorite to win it this year.
Yeah, Trout at this point on another planet.
Well
you can't make the comparison anymore. It wouldn't be fair to anybody. That's how good that young man is. But Harper, he looks like he's going to be a good big leaguer for a long time. Has some power.
Good throwing arm too. Back up the middle, base hit. First 2 men have reached here in the second inning, and when you head to Safeco Field tomorrow, you're going to be gifted with the king of all bobbleheads. It's Felix Hernandez bobblehead night, free to the first 20,000 fans. The Mariners host the Washington Nationals at 6:10. Add a dash of majesty to your home with this great collectible. Pick up your tickets at mariners.com. Wilson Ramos, the catcher.
Nationals getting their 1 run in the first. A solo home run by Rendon.
Hit hard. Seager throw over to first. Harper got him. Double play.
I think this is going to be. Yeah, here comes Matt Williams. That was close at first. Matt Williams out of the dugout immediately. He's getting some help from the first base coach, Tony Tarasco. He thought he was safe. Take a look at it. Kyle first looks at second. He wasn't far enough off, and then fires across the diamond. Yeah, and I think that is going to get changed. They're going to challenge it.
Corey Blazer, the first base umpire. Another look at it.
This shouldn't take long.
2-1 ball game. Mariners lead here in the second inning. We'll step aside, come back, and get the result of the replay right after this. Well, Washington wins the challenge. That call overturned. Here's Asdrubal Cabrera, one-time Mariner, long-time Cleveland Indian until the trade deadline last month. Here's Harper. He's still at first. And he got back safely. There he is. Cabrera, switch hitter. Off the end of the bat, he's seen plenty of Felix over the years. Just 3 for 20 against the King. Felix has him 0-2 now. Cabrera, 246 hitter, 9 homers, 40 runs batted in with the Tribe before moving over to Washington. He's playing second base.
And you can see he hasn't done much against the Mariners this year, just 2 for 15.
Looking for Felix's first strikeout of the night.
King's Court and the High Court. Both of them on their feet.
Gotta love it.
Looking for a strikeout right here.
Felix starting the night 4th in strikeouts in the American League. The 1-2 to Cabrera. Line drive through the legs of the runner. And they'll get a double play out of this. Well turned. On time. King's Court digging it. 2-1 Mariners. Some nifty footwork here. Jim Joyce, the second base umpire, and the runner at second, Ian Desmond. Watch where this ball goes.
And a great job by Chris Taylor because he is blocked out. It goes right between the legs of Desmond, and then Taylor staying with the play. Had to give a little ground, picking it up late. But then he hands it over to Cano, and that'll finish it. Good play by Taylor.
And Chris is going to lead off. Chris, Andy Chavez, Austin Jackson, 8-9-1 here against Jordan Zimmerman. First inning RBIs by Morales and Seager have the Mariners ahead 2-1 after a home run by Anthony Rendon. Outside count at 1-1.
There you see it. 35 pitches, 33 pitches in the first for Zimmerman. Unusual for him because he likes to throw his fastball. He throws a lot of fastballs. He has great command. Only 24 walks on the year.
That's a remarkable stat.
And so good job by the Mariners to make him work in the first.
Zimmerman trying to win his 5th consecutive game. Beat the Mets, the Phillies and the Mets at home. This one popped up and playable, then one at the Mets in Arizona. LaRoche for out number one. Up Andy Chavez. Michael, Washington Nationals, your former franchise, used to be the Montreal Expos.
Yeah.
Andy Chavez
used to be an Expo.
That's correct. One of the few guys still remaining that played for that franchise. One of them, another one, Bruce Chen, was DFA'd by the Kansas City Royals today. Another couple other players. Let's see, Bartolo Colon, Scott Downs, and Maicias Torres. The other active players. Last to wear the Montreal colors. 1-1, Andy. Andy with a big 2-run double in Tuesday night's 5-0 win here at home against Texas. June 1. Washington coming in with a 6-game lead in the National League East over Atlanta. 10 games over Miami. Two to Andy, fouled off. Mariners have made another pitching change. Just moved a couple guys around. Roanis Elias will go against Steven Strasburg tomorrow. A CenturyLink link to what's next.
Chris Young had been scheduled. They'll go with Elias. Young will pitch on Sunday.
Iwakuma goes on Sunday, Young on Monday. Elias, Iwakuma, and then Young. What the Mariners will be coming out with. There's a 3-2 to Chavez. And he swings through. Third strikeout for Zimmerman. 2 away. You're in the Mariners' second. Wrap up your family's summer. Great afternoon at Safeco Field this Sunday for Boeing Salute the Kids Day when the Mariners host the Nationals at 1:10. All youngsters, you're going to get a very cool Robinson Cano lunch cooler bag. Then after the game, you're invited to circle the diamond just like the Mariners slugger. So get ready for family fun. Pick up those tickets at mariners.com.
See Zimmerman starting to mix in his slider a little bit more.
That pitch was really running away. Jackson getting a piece of it. Nationals on the board first. Home run by Rendon. First pitch he saw, he was the second batter of the ball game. Mariners responded with RBIs from Morales and Seager. Way outside. Nationals first half of the season 51-42. Second half they're 24-15. 500 on the road at 32-32. Great home record of 43 wins and 25 losses.
And another long at bat. This will be the 6th pitch coming up here to Jackson.
2-2. Upstairs, so Jackson 2 outs and a full count. Dustin Ackley on deck. Ackley tripled his first time. Off the center field fence. Strike 3 called. 4th strikeout for Zimmerman, so he's starting to find it. Mariners have a 2-1 lead. Seattle Mariners baseball here on Root Sports, being brought to you by CenturyLink. Your link to what's next. By Jack in the Box. Right now, Jack in the Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by your Northwest GMC dealers. Very pleasant night under colorful skies here in beautiful Seattle. 2-1 lead for Felix Hernandez. First pitch of the third inning to Nate Schierholtz. Off the plate for ball one. Felix 7 of 9 first pitch strikes tonight.
He's been efficient. That's what you want to see. 22 pitches to work through the first 2 innings.
Felix walking it off. Didn't like that call. Pitching to Nate Schierholtz, 30 years old, picked up 11 days ago as a free agent after Cubs let him go on the 13th. Hits this one high and deep to center field. Going back, Jackson got some room on the track. One away.
We can see Felix shaking his head. He knows it's important to work ahead of these hitters. This is a good offensive club, the Nationals. 6th in average, 3rd in runs, 5th in home runs. And he wants to work ahead of them, falling behind, and get them being more aggressive with their swings. This will be the second time through. Back to the top of the lineup. Bernard Span stepping in.
Give you an idea how good his year is. He leads the National League in multi-hit games. 5th in stolen bases, 7th in batting.
27 steals for him. Another thing the Nationals will do is run 6th in the National League in stolen bases.
Good looking profile.
Yeah, that's a good club.
And you know what's amazing too is I look at some of the other numbers. They lead Atlanta by 6, but they're 4-9 head-to-head against them.
Wow.
But they've loaded up on the Mets and beat them 10 out of 12.
Well, we talked about their pitching. They are #1 in the National League.
Top 2 ERA teams in baseball here. Nationals and the Mariners.
Good changeup from Felix. Take a look at this last pitch. There you can see the bottom fall out of it. 89 miles an hour.
Wow, that's a good look, isn't it? That is Seattle.
Cards, you bet.
That is Seattle. 1-2 up high, 2-2.
Felix still looking for his first strikeout of the ball game.
Span, born in Washington, raised in Tampa. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Felix fields this, lobs it over to Morrison, and there are 2 outs. Get downtown from the airport for only $275 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Here's Rendon. First pitch he saw. Mashed one out of here into the pen. His 18th home run, 71st run batted in.
He ended up getting a fastball right in the middle of the plate. Let's take a look at the home run. Then he hit out to center field again. First pitch fastball, middle of the plate.
Nice swing.
Good curveball from Felix.
1-1.
Some of his struggles in the last couple of games is elevating pitches, and you can see the location of that fastball. I've seen a couple change-ups up, but I like to see him working down in the zone. That's when he's at his best like that. Good movement on the change-up again.
He can cut it and sink it like that. He's pretty much unhittable.
Well, especially when he keeps it down. If he's on that bottom red line or below it, that's usually when he's at his best.
Felix working on extra rest, 6-0, 1.68 ERA. Normal rest, 6-4, 2.36. At Rendon, 1-2. that you see a Felix start, especially here at home. He's in the third inning without a K.
He's shaking his head, too. He's probably thinking the same thing. May as well get one right here. Get it out of the way. Sometimes the first one's the toughest, Dave.
Absolutely. 2-2 pitch. Cans by Zunino. Just backhand 3-2.
Well, he still looks like he's fighting himself a little bit. A tough time repeating pitches. Throwing some really good ones, and you can tell by his body language shaking his head.
3-2 to Rendon. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch. Did he go? Did not. Walked him. First walk issued by Felix tonight.
We'll take a look at another pitch. It's well off the plate away. I think it's a changeup. Good play by Zunino. You know, the other part of it with Felix this year, too, up until a couple of games ago for him, he's pitching great. Things looked like they were coming so easy for him. Rare for him to struggle through an inning, much less a ball game. He's struggling a little bit here with his command. That's a good fastball on the inside corner.
He did have that record-setting run.
You have to wonder how much that took out of him, too. I think that's the reason why Lloyd giving him the extra days. Felix certainly aware of what was going on. He's aware of everything that happens.
Well tagged. Deep left center field. Gone. 2-run homer by Jason Worth. Worth is 14th home run. RBI 72, 73. Those 2 bombs hit now. Pretty much the same vicinity by these Nationals. They gained the lead at 3-2.
Yeah. 2 outs. Able to get the first 2 hitters out. This is on the slider. It's in the middle of the plate and down. Worth, for a right-handed hitter, is a good low ball hitter. A lot of leverage in his swing. Tall man.
There's LaRoche.
Mariners will put the shift on with LaRoche hitting. Kyle Seager on the right side of the infield. That is Cano out on the grass.
LaRoche from a baseball family. His daddy Dave, good left-hander. Brother Andy and his brother Andy played 08 part of the 09 season together in Pittsburgh. Daddy Dave, a left-hander, 2-time All-Star in 14 seasons. 1-1 here to Adam. 2-1. Deck hitter Ian Desmond. Bouncing ball to Seager into the shift. And that'll do it for the Washington Nationals. They get a big 2-run homer from Jason Worth. Regain the lead at 3-2. We take a look at our Coors Light cold hard facts. Pitching. How about this? 21 of the last 25 best records since 1900. All from the last 4 seasons. Nationals at the top of that list. Jordan Zimmerman has the lead again. It's 3-2. He's got Ackley, Cano, and Morales 2-3-4 here in the 3rd inning.
Well, it was Ackley to get things started for the Mariners in the 1st inning. Hit a triple over the head of Span, dead center field. Eventually scored. Scored on the base hit by Morales.
Popped up. Rendon has the play. 1 away. Bring up Robinson Cano. Walked his first time. Scored on a base hit by Seager. Seager Morales drove in runs for the Mariners in the 1st inning. Not heard, but I wonder if there were any words exchanged in the Boston-Tampa Bay game down in Florida. Chris Archer pitching against Big Papi and the boys. You remember he had a beef. Papi took about an hour and a half to circle the bases on a home run. Base hit for Cano.
I thought a lot of that was Ortiz and Price.
Yeah, and then Archer sounded off as well.
Pretty good pitch for Zimmerman. Good pitch down and away. After the slider in on his hand, he goes back down and away, and we've seen this from Cano. He is just, that swing is built in to hit the ball hard the other way. Solid base hit for him.
Top of the 4th, A's and Angels, no score. Texas pounding Houston 13-3, bottom 8. Detroit 7-1 at the White Sox. That's in the bottom of the 8th. One here to Morales. Cano takes off. Ball swung on and driven into the gap from right center field. Cano will stop at 3rd. So Kendrys Morales, there you go, Mike, eating up 2 for 2.
Good time for it. Morales with a base hit his first time up to drive in a run, and with Cano on the move, hits a solid line drive. He's hit the ball sharply both times up, but a solid line drive into right center field. He could add so much to this offense if he gets going in the right direction. So a good night for Morales so far. Gives Kyle Seager an opportunity to drive in another run. Kyle with a RBI, his first time up, base hit RBI, 82 RBIs on the season. That leads the Mariners.
Gotta like the hit and run. Worked out well. Here's Seager. Been a long foul his last time up, his first time up for getting the base hit. Back him off, 1-1. Foul off. Top of the 7th, Cleveland leads Kansas City 4-0. One and 2 to count to Seager. Cano at 3rd, Morales at 1st. Two. You
can see it's 61 pitches, just 1 out here in the 3rd for Zimmerman.
steps out. Nationals with Rendon, Desmond, Cabrera, and LaRoche in the infield. Harper, Span, and Scherholtz in the outfield. Ramos behind the dish. 2-2 here to Seager. He's got a piece.
Mariners have been able to put some long at bats against Zimmerman. We've seen a lot of 5, 6, 7 pitch at bats.
Two. Strike 3 called. Bell didn't like it.
I thought that pitch was off the plate away.
It's 5 strikeouts for Zimmerman. 2 outs. Here's Angie Menta.
Guys, tonight the Angels taking on the A's, and we really shouldn't be that surprised that the game is scoreless. John Lester going up against Jared Weaver. That game right now in the bottom of the 4th inning. I think runs are going to be at a premium in this one. And guys, if things hold true, Lester and Felix will face each other next Wednesday. Back to you.
That should be a blast. Thank you, Angie. 2 outs. There's Zanino. Strike 1.
Might get a first pitch slider in his first at bat. Flew out to center, and he starts him with the slider again. Another one.
1-2.
They don't miss much in the scouting reports. Even though the Nationals haven't seen the Mariners, they've had people watching them. And for Mike, when he's had his struggles, it's been away on the breaking balls, able to lay off of that one.
They don't miss a thing.
No, they haven't thrown him a fastball yet. That's the good news for Mike, is if he hangs one, leaves it in the middle of the plate, they go far.
Mike 5th in strikeouts in the American League. Got a 1-2 count. So that'll do it here in the 3rd. Mariners strand 2, trail 3-2.
By 1. Coming up on Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines, we're going to update you on the wild card race, take you inside the clubhouse to hear from acting skipper Trent Jewett. And we're going to keep Mike Flowers on the clock a little bit longer because Bill Kruger has the weekend off, taking his daughter back to college. But guys, a reminder, it's not an empty nest until they get their stuff out of your garage. Back upstairs to you.
You would be correct with that. Thank you very much. And I still dream of that scenario.
There's Jason Worth. He's the difference in this game so far. A 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 3rd. Gave the Nationals the lead.
Felix against Jordan Zimmerman. Felix with a walk, and that walk did score. No strikeouts yet. Meanwhile, Jordan Zimmerman has 1 walk and 6 Ks.
The game's amazing. I don't know why it works that way, but you have Zimmerman. He never walks anybody. 24 walks in the year. He walks Cano. That run scores. And then the same thing with Felix. Felix doesn't walk many batters either, and of course that run is going to score. Figure it out. Let me know, Dave.
That search party has been called home.
It's a good elevated fastball from Felix. In through the first 3 innings, he's doing fine, but just doesn't look real comfortable as you look at the high court.
Oh, that's a great shot. I love it. 0-2. Fouled off. The night Felix pitches here at home, people around the baseball world certainly have taken notice. And how can you not look at that?
Well, it's an event.
0-2. Desmond, Harper, and Ramos 5, 6, and 7 here in the 4th inning. And a base hit, infield hit in the 2nd inning. And straight away in the outfield, the 0-2 pitch. Bouncing up there, 1-2.
Well, maybe Felix can get his first strikeout here and get on a good run. Get things locked back in.
Oh, 2 strikes. Outside, you can see. Well off there. Felix, last outing at Boston, had 7 strikeouts. Twice had 11, a season best 15 back at Tampa Bay in early June. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. 15 strikeouts against Tampa Bay, a career best.
Rick Waits, pitching coach, looking on.
Think of a battle. Two pitch. On the line and foul. That could have been a lot of trouble.
And this is a great at bat by Ian Desmond. 10th pitch of the at bat coming up. He's fouled off some really good pitches too. A lot of pitches at the bottom of the strike zone or below it. Able to spoil them. Great look at the King's Court, high court.
2-2 pitch to Desmond. Hit well. Left field. 3rd home run tonight by the Washington Nationals. Ian Desmond with his 22nd home run. 81st RBI. He joins Rendon and Worth, who have taken Felix deep.
And it's another elevated pitch from Felix. It's a fastball, the 10th pitch. Fastball above the belt at 92 miles an hour.
Elevation can be problematic. Bryce Harper base hit his first time up. 5th hit by the Nats. 4-2 Washington lead.
The other thing, Felix's changeup. We talked about it. It's one of the best pitches in baseball. But tonight, even his changeup, typically he will start. It looks like it's going to be a fastball in the middle of the plate, and then the bottom falls out of it. But he's missing wide of the plate, and he's not getting the usual swings on that pitch. hitter has to see it out of his hand that it's going to be a strike, and when it's off the plate away, they automatically will give up on it.
Easy play for Cano. On away. Be here this fall as Big Sky Conference football kicks off on Root Sports, presented by your local Ford stores. Watch the Eastern Washington Eagles take on the Montana State Bobcats. All the action begins Saturday, September 20th, noon Pacific time on Root Sports, the home of Big Sky football. Wilson Ramos lined out to Seager. First time. Again, here we are, fourth inning, 1 out, and no strikeouts for Felix Hernandez. High drive left field, plenty of carry. It is gone. Good grief. Wilson Ramos with his 8th home run, his 37th run batted in. 4 home runs tonight by the Washington Nationals and a 5-2 lead.
Well, Felix, he's just not getting away with any mistakes at all. This is a pitch again. Belt high in the middle of the plate. That's the changeup.
Goes back to a lot of stuff you've been talking about. Elevation and scouting report.
Yeah, it's just he's just not making the pitches that we're used to seeing. I mean, he's just going through a bad stretch right now. But sometimes you can go through there and you get away with a pitch or two, and then you're able to put hitters away. And Felix right now, Nationals, that we've talked about, they've really been playing good baseball. It's a good offensive club, and he is just not getting away with any pitches in the middle of the plate.
First time in his career allowing 4 home runs in a game. We're only in the 4th inning.
It's one of the things that the Nationals do. They came in 5th in the National League in home runs.
Not looking at the bright side, they were just solo home runs. Cabrera. Quick one. Offense going to have to pick him up. He'll one. Hit foul.
.61 pitches for Felix.
A couple of Venezuelans going head to head here. 1 out, 2 runs in. 0-2 pitch. That appears to be playable. It is for Seager. 2 outs. There's offensively got to get going here tonight. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Home runs by Desmond and Ramos here in the 4th inning. 2 outs, brings up Nate Sherholtz. He sent Jackson to the track in center field in his first at bat in the 3rd inning. Rendon solo home run, 2-run shot worth. Solo home runs by Desmond and Ramos. 4 blasts tonight by the Nationals. So put an end to this inning. 2 more long balls in the 4th. Mariners down 5-2. against Felix Hernandez in the first 4 innings as we check out tomorrow's matchup. Our CenturyLink link to what's next. Steven Strasburg goes against Roenis Elias. Iwakuma goes on Sunday and Chris Young on Monday. Strasburg coming in with a 3.59 ERA, 10-10 record. Like to see Elias get to his 10th victory. Wasn't sharp the other day, but kept the game close against the Texas Rangers. That was on Monday, a 2-0 Texas win. Elias, 5 innings, a 3-hit, 1-run ball. He did walk 4, struck out 6.
A little different lineup right now. When you look at the Nationals, they have been hot. We've seen him swing the bat extremely well tonight. He better be able to command the strike zone with his fastball tomorrow, with the way that this club is swinging the bats right now.
Logan Morrison, Chris Taylor, Indy Chavez, bottom third of the order against Jordan Zimmerman, who struck out 6, walked 1 through 3 innings.
Nationals do not put the shift on with Morrison hitting, but Cabrera, the second baseman, well out onto the grass in right field. See how deep Cabrera is playing.
Nationals have the 4th best team batting average
against left-handers.
That's left-handers. Tigers are number 1 in that category. And Elias did a heck of a job here at home against Detroit. Back in the first half of the season. Seventh strikeout for Jordan Zimmerman.
Let's take a look at the season and then the month of August for the Nationals. Batting average up, runs per game are up, home runs, they're up, and that number will continue to climb after tonight. 4 home runs already, an earned run average. Really pitched well all year.
3 consecutive strikeouts for Zimmerman. There's Chris Taylor. We'll send out happy birthday wishes to 100-year-old Daniel Stephen Bangerly, inspirational teacher of baseball fundamentals in Spokane in the 50s and 60s. Happy 100th birthday, Daniel.
Yes, indeed. Happy birthday. Chris Taylor's birthday. Happy birthday to Chris. 24 years old. Not too bad, Dave. 24 years old and celebrating your birthday, playing a Major League Baseball game. That's not too bad.
Check and check.
Yeah.
And a big mazel tov to Lloyd McClendon and family. His daughter getting married tomorrow.
Congratulations. Yeah.
He'll be back on Sunday, back up the middle. Zimmerman makes the play. Quick. 2 outs. Here in the 4th. Say goodbye to Monday Blues and hello to Mariners baseball. Being true to the blue. Join us Monday, September 8th, BECU Family Night. Mariners take on the Astros at 7:10. Select U level seats. They're only $10. Come on out and get them. Make plans to start your week right by getting tickets right now at Mariners.com. 2 outs here in the 4th. Indy Chavez. Nobody on. Mariners got 2 runs in the first inning. RBIs by Morales and Seager. Ackley tripled. And Cano walked. He scored the runs. Jordan Zimmerman, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. Felix Hernandez, no strikeouts, 1 walk. Both Hawks have scored. 1-1 fouled off.
Talk about it with the premier pitchers. You want to get them early if you can, and the Mariners able to do that, scoring a couple of runs in the first. But it looks like Zimmerman has really settled down. Great command of his fastball tonight.
Left field for Harper. Easy inning for Jordan Zimmerman, a strikeout, a comebacker, and a pop-up. 5-2 Nationals.
catching up to do, trailing by 3. Right now we take a look at our AT&T fan photos of the game. Remember to tweet your photos to #MattersFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming broadcast. And I believe Sierra Smith is on the right, who sent in this photo, but I imagine most of the fellows out there wouldn't get mad confusing the two of them. Guys, back upstairs to you.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Felix Hernandez has given up 4 home runs. First time that's happened in a game. Down 5-2. Top of the order, Denard Span leading off.
Now this will be the 3rd time through the lineup for Felix.
Slapped the other way for a base hit. Span, the 7th leading hitter in the National League, is aboard. He's 1 for 3. This is his 3rd career hit off of Felix. He's now 3 for 25.
Well, we'll take a look at it. Looks like a fastball on the outside corner. Beltie jams him a little bit, probably breaks his bat, but he'll pick up a base hit. Again, 27 stolen bases for Span. Keep an eye on him.
Good hitter here in Anthony Rendon. 1st inning homer. Walked in the 3rd and scored. There it goes. Ball's fouled off.
That's good news for the Mariners. He had a great jump at first. I think he steals that without any problem.
Swung on a miss by Rendon. 0-2. Still looking for his first strikeout as we play here in the 5th inning. 5-2 Washington lead. Span, pretty good lead. 1-2. Home runs tonight by Rendon, Worth, Desmond, and Ramos for the Nationals. Worth's was a 2-run homer. The others were solos. Lead by Span. Throw over close.
Quick feet from Felix. One of the areas that he has really improved in from the time that he first showed up is holding runners close at first.
One and two.
Good play by Morrison.
Span was leaning too.
Good throw. He probably gets him. Good news is Morrison was able to keep it from going down the right field line. As you look at our McDonald Supermo, hits him on the heel of his glove, or at least he's able to keep it in front of him.
1-2 the count. Through the hole, a base hit. They are just having a night here. How about Rendon? 2 for 2, 2 runs scored and an RBI. First 2 men have reached as we check out our Seattle City Light power play. Jason Worth, 0-1 count, short, tight swing, powerful swing.
Slider in the middle of the plate and down in the zone. And he drives it out into the pen.
8 hits tonight against Felix. 4 of them home runs. Worth, first time out, grounded out to short. one. 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters, all double-figure home run hitters for these Nationals.
And already 8 base hits off of Felix as he works here in the 5th. Brandon Maurer getting loose in the pen. Felix at 72 pitches, 50 strikes.
2, 3, 4, 5 hitters and counted for 73 home runs. 1-1. 2-1. Felix record at home this season, 9-2 with a 1.92 ERA and 96 2/3. Giving up 5 home runs entering today's game. Here at home, 4 in this contest alone. 2-1. Right field for Endy Chavez. Important first out.
And more importantly, we're not able to move Span up to 3rd. Now a double play will get Felix out of the ball game, or out of the inning. Felix had a double play back in the 2nd inning. 6-4-3 double play.
Another tough hitter here in Adam LaRoche. Grounded out to Cano and grounded into the shift. Seager threw him out. It's one open stance LaRoche has, isn't it?
It's almost a softball style
Right.
stance.
Like
Standing straight up, a little bit open.
The Bombers, those guys that come in here, right?
Exactly. Well, that's what he's trying to do.
He's got 19 of them. Wide open. One the count. Adam LaRoche, a 1-1 count here. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Slow bounce. Marson Fields in front of Tony Tarasco. Tony Tarasco, Jeffrey Meyer. Remember that 1996 playoffs, Yankee Stadium. Tony, the right fielder, when that ball was a Jeter. Richie Garcia was the umpire in that play, and Jeffrey Meyer interfered with it. That play stood. Tony Tarasco, that was a World Series. There was an outfielder for Atlanta. Strike 3 call. First strikeout of the night. It comes here in the 5th. 2 outs. Big crowd, got to be close to 30,000 here tonight. Kings Court and the High Court enjoying that.
And this is a good fastball, a little bit of run on it, and great job by Zunino to frame that pitch. You can see on the tracer, a little bit down, a little bit off the plate, but able to get the call.
So off the top, it's got to be easily the latest in a ball game this year, and maybe in a very long time that Felix has recorded his first strikeout. Here we are in the 5th. Ian Desmond. Fair ball, takes Seager right to the bag, and that'll do it. Nats leave 2. Mariners trail 5-2.
They trail it by 3. Angie Mentink with you at the Ford Sports Desk. You know, oftentimes in sports, they'll have some sort of disclaimer before they show you upsetting video. All right, look, it looks like on paper the Detroit Tigers taking a half-game lead in the standings with their win over Chicago. But remember, Mariners still playing this one, still with a chance here, just down by 3, guys.
Thank you, Angie. Austin Jackson, a strikeout, swinging and looking tonight, 0 for 2. Center field, span back a few steps, went away.
Zimmerman looks like he has settled in on top of his game. The good news for the Mariners, they did enough damage to his pitch count early. He is now at 80 pitches working here in the 5th, and nobody throwing in the bullpen because he's throwing the ball well, but they should get him to 100 pitches here next inning or so.
Struck out 7, walked 1. Zimmerman trying to win his 5th consecutive ball game. He's gotten deep in those games. 7, 6 in the 3rd, 6 in the 3rd, and 7. Exactly. First inning triple and a foul out. That was in the 3rd inning. Foul out the 3rd. Good crowd. 35,616. Fireworks coming up after tonight's ball game. The Mariners, yep, they could use some fireworks offensively. Oh, I don't know, right now.
This would be good.
Last 3 series these franchises have met, 05, 08, and 11. Nats have swept all 9 games. 2-2.
Looked like Doug Eddings thought about it, didn't he? That pitch off the plate away, but he flinched a little bit. He ended up getting the call right. It was off the plate away.
2-2 pitch. Second baseman Cabrera, too much speed. Ackley beats it out, base hit.
Wasn't hit hard back up the middle. Good play by Cabrera, just wasn't able to get enough on the throw. Ackley runs well. Take another look at it. Gets right by the pitcher, Zimmerman, just out of his reach. Probably gets most players with that play by Cabrera, but Dustin just too much speed. Gets down the line in good shape. Infield hit.
Ackley at first, 1 out, brings up Cano, walk, run, scored, and a base hit, 3rd inning. No 1 for 1 with a walk, and behind him Morales 2 for 2 with an RBI. With that 3rd inning base hit, Cano now 2 for 3 against Zimmerman. Stand away from him. Base hit he got with the left field. 0-1 pitch, and that last at bat. Off the catcher, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Trying to get the Mariners back within a run. It's one of the few times you'll see him try to get out in front, catch the ball, try to hit it to right field, and this is on a fastball. He fouls it back. It's rare to see Cano take such a big swing. He doesn't do it very often, but he was trying to get him right back in the ball game right there.
2-1 pitch. Shoots it through the hole again. Base hit, Robinson Cano. 2 for 2 night. And brings up Morales, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI. Kendrick representing the tying run.
He is just so good. Again, tried to hit the 2-0 pitch out of the ballpark. He missed it and then goes right back to his usual hitting. and finds a hole on the left side. Both base hits going the other way.
Fourth leading hitter in the American League entering tonight behind Jose Altuve, Victor Martinez, and Adrian Beltre. Actually tied with Beltre starting tonight at 325, so tied for third.
He is just consistently disciplined at the plate. Now we'll give Morales a chance. Morales having a good night, 2 for 2. He's picked up an RBI. He's hit the ball hard twice. And he's been able to pull the ball off of Zimmerman, see if he can get a pitch that he can elevate, maybe hit it in the seats, tie this thing up.
Good setup for the Mariners. 1 out, 2 on. Strike 1 to Kendricks. Last homer was 9 days ago at Philly. Yeah, he wants that one back, doesn't he?
Well, just a little bit too high for him. It's in the middle of the plate, but just elevated too much. You can see him shaking his head. He knows he chased a bad pitch.
Going 2. This is playable. 2 outs. 2 outs, 2 on. I'll leave it up to Kyle Seager as we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. 2 more games here with Washington, then on the road. Some big games coming up. The A's, Texas, and back home. Only 9 home games in the month of September for the Mariners. Astros and the A's next time we're back here at Safeco Field.
You can really put some pressure on some clubs as you look at the calendar. Win the series with the Nationals, win the series with the A's. 2 tough series, but if they can win those series and the schedule flips around for them again with the Rangers and the Astros, 2 clubs that have really struggled this year.
The only problem, well, not the only problem. The bummer of the whole thing is that the Mariners are under 3 games under 500 against Texas, 6-9.
Time to get it turned around, I would say.
Roger that. Texas are 8 Houston are 8-5. Seager, an RBI infield hit and a strikeout looking. Coco Crisp had to leave the A's Angels game, slammed into the wall trying to catch a Chris Iannetta home run. And you'll have video of that later on. Here's a 1-1 to Seager. Popped it up. Ian Desmond, the shortstop, makes a play. 2 stranded. 6th inning coming up in a 5-2 Washington lead. the 3 here at Safeco Field. Time now for Geico this day in MLB history. The great Hall of Famer George Brett. His 200th career base, and only Brett, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Dave Winfield have 3,000 hits, 300-plus homers, and 200-plus stolen bases. That's rarefied right there, boy. Rarefied air. Tell me, you have your name in same sentence with those fellas? To come to you above the A and Safeco
Good to see
Field.
a third baseman in there.
There you go, boy. He's a special player. During that time, we got to watch he and Schmitty at the same time. Brooks Robinson had, he had just hung him up. Look at Bryce Harper batting in the 6th hole, leading off here in the 6th. Village with 1 strikeout. Just joining us, he's given up a career worst 4 home runs in 1 game. Rendon in the 1st. Solo blast. Jason Worth a 2-run shot in the 3rd. 4th inning solo blast by Desmond and Ramos. 1-2 here to Harper, who's 1 for 2. Big crowd, 35,616. Felix a big draw, as are the post-game fireworks. And the fact that the ball club's good, in contention. A good setup this Friday night here in Seattle. 2-2. And out of the glove is Zanino.
Bryce Harper does not cheat himself up there, does he?
No, he doesn't. '17-year-old rookie of the year back in 2012. Full count. On deck hitter Wilson Ramos. Lined out to Seager and Homer.
It was one of the better changeups we've seen from Felix. Able to get that one down out of the strike zone and started on the plate. And a weak swing from Harper.
A lot of long at bats. He had Desmond, 10 pitches before he homered in the 4th, leading off.
And this will be the 9th pitch of this at bat.
Both bullpens quiet. 3-2 to Harper. Up the middle, base hit, his 2nd hit tonight. 9 hits against Felix Hernandez. They've had at least 1 hit in each of the first 6 innings. We have another Coors Light Silver Bullet Saturday tomorrow against these Nationals. First 400 fans 21 and older in the pen. During early happy hour at the Rail Bar, receive a Silver Bullet Saturday t-shirt and extended happy hour pricing until first pitch. And if you catch a specially marked Coors Light ball during Mariners BP tomorrow, you can win tickets to an upcoming game. Wilson Ramos, 1 for 2. Leader. Morrison's got room. 1 away. Next up is Asdrubal Cabrera, bounced into a double play and fouled out to Kyle Seager. Mariners got their 2 runs. First inning, singles by Morales and Seager after Ackley had tripled and Cano had walked. They put the Mariners up briefly 2-1, but 3rd inning, a 2-run shot by Worth put Washington ahead again. Double play opportunity. Cano will finish it off, throwing to Morrison. Nicely done. Second double play turn tonight by the Mariners. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. See if they can get Felix some runs. He trails 5-2. Back at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game. Home run derby here tonight, Mike.
It's been the long ball for the Nationals. Started by Rendon, then Worth with a 2-run home run. How about Ian Desmond and Wilson Ramos? Some long at-bats and some long base hits for the Nationals. 4 home runs, accounting for the 5 runs that they have.
This guy, the beneficiary here, Jordan Zimmerman. Rockies start. Picked it up. He struck out 7, walked 1. And those 4 home runs. First time Felix has given up 4 home runs in a ball game.
Zunino strikeout his last time up. All sliders. That's a good fastball off the plate away. Nobody throwing in the Nationals bullpen. Zimmerman now at 99 pitches.
Zunino, Morrison, and Taylor 6, 7, and 8 here for the Mariners. And the home 6th inning. Mike strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Zimmerman's rung up 8 tonight. 1 away here in the 6th. Just can't lay off of that pitch.
Morrison with a couple of strikeouts. Zimmerman trying to get him out on the high fastball.
Inside to Logan. 1-0.
Just 1 ground ball out. A lot of strikeouts, though. 8 strikeouts.
Doing 1. About the 3rd time this week. Last 2 weeks we've seen a guy stop the mid windup.
Again, it's up to the umpire. The hitter can ask for timeout. The umpire doesn't have to give it to him. And more times than not, if the pitcher has started his motion, he won't, as Morrison will pop this up to 3rd.
2 away. Here in the 6th, head back to the classroom in style. Save up to 50% off select Mariners caps, apparel, school supplies, and more when you shop the back-to-school sale at any Mariners team store. Sale's going to end Sunday, so head to one of the 5 convenience store locations right now. Two outs. Here's Chris Taylor, 0 for 2. And another pop-up. Going back is Desmond. Barely a sweat broken by Zimmerman in the 6th with his 5-2 lead. Three here in Seattle. Interleague play tomorrow. We're going to bring you ACC and Mountain West college football. First, start your morning off right with Wofford versus Georgia Tech at 9:30. And stay tuned as Montana kicks off against Wyoming at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Root Sports, your destination for college football. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you. Root Sports crew. Coming up tomorrow, that man right there, Steven Strasburg, #1 pick a few years ago. He'll be on the mound against Rowena Solias. Strasburg coming in with a record of 10-10. First pitch. Nate Schuerholz. Ball 1.
Earlier in the ballgame, I was talking about Felix and not getting away with much. This year, 125 times the ball has been hit in the air off of him. 9 of them had left the ballpark, and here's another fly ball. Looks like Jack's going to be able to handle this one. So 7.2%. That's a career best for Felix, keeping the ball in the ballpark. Tonight, that right there is the 10th time the ball hit in the air, 4 home runs. That's 40%. So he hasn't been able to get away with much against the Nationals tonight. Done an excellent job over the course of the summer, but tonight it just hasn't worked out too well for him.
Back to the top of the order, Denard Span, who's 1 for 3. Span a fly to left, come back to Felix, and a base hit to left. Felix with 1 strikeout, 1 walk, giving up 5 runs on 9 hits. 4 of the hits home runs. '22. looking for strikeout number 2. Got a lot of 2-strike counts where he hasn't been able to get the put away.
Well, again, I think it's with his changeup, which is his best pitch. And he's having a tough time to get it on the plate and have the bottom fall out of it to get those swings and misses, Dave. Typically tonight he's either left it up when it's on the plate, or when he spikes it, it's well off the plate away and he's not able to get those swings.
2-2. Backhand by Cano. Throws out Span for out number 2. CenturyLink link to what's next. We showed you Steven Strasburg. He goes after win number 11. Oenis Elias goes for his 10th win. See if he can bounce back. Didn't have great fastball command. 5 innings of work Monday against Texas. 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. There's Elias with Jesus Sucre. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Anthony Rendon. What a night. 2 for 2. 2 runs scored. He's got a homer and a single. It's number 100 coming up here.
Drew Storen getting loose in the pen for the Nationals. Nobody up in the Mariners bullpen.
Two and one. Jason Worth is on deck. 2-run homer in the 3rd, 1 for 3. Hit hard. Left center field. 1 hop off the fence. And Jackson gets it back in. A superb night for Anthony Rendon. 3 for 3. He's a triple away from the cycle.
And again, this pitch in the middle of the plate. We're talking about it. Felix just pitches in the middle of the plate, especially the ones that are belt high. He is just not getting away with any of them. You can't even get him to hit it at someone.
33rd double for Rendon. Second on the team to Span, who is 35. Here's Worth. There's Taylor. Throws, and he throws him out here in the 7th inning. Oakland playing at the Angels. Interesting personnel development. We're going to tell you about it and show you it when we come back. Washington's lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? A gorgeous night here in Seattle as the Mariners open up a 3-game set against the Washington Nationals, trailing 5-2. Let's get an update on the Angels and the A's from Angie Mente.
Guys, thanks. The Angels won Game 1 of this series yesterday. Right now, they're in the lead in Game 2. It's 2-0, the game in the bottom of the 6th, but let me explain why it is 2-0 in the 6th. This is what happened in the 5th inning. Coco Crisp trying to rob Chris Iannetta, and he nearly does at the wall of a home run. Watch it. The ball is in his glove. He hits the wall. The ball comes out of his glove. Coco Crisp unfortunately had to leave the game, and you'll see why. Nothing too disgusting. Just one of those disclaimers. But he hits the ground, and he hits it hard after hitting the wall. And you see his head kind of bounced right there. He was on his own power when he left the game. But again, Coco Crisp nearly robbing Chris Iannetta, but that was a 2-run shot, and that is the score, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. And Mike, as you said when we saw it earlier, is that piece of video came in checking for inventory.
Inventory, yeah.
Man.
Well, he landed on his tailbone and the whiplash on his neck, his back.
Great pro.
Probably his forearm, as you could see him slam into the wall, and that's when the ball came out.
Tough guys. Eddie Chavez 0-2, and Zimmerman taking his lead. Good outing for him.
Well, Mariners able to get his pitch count up. 105 pitches. He threw 73 strikes, but 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. 1 walk. That walk scored. He had 8 strikeouts, and Drew Storen on the year. He has pitched extremely well. A 1.47 ERA for him. Opponents hitting just .219.
Indy, strikeout victim. 1 away.
Back to the top of the lineup, Austin Jackson. Jackson 0 for 3 tonight.
Strikeout swinging, looking, and a fly to center for Austin this evening. That's it, strike 1. Mariner runs coming to first inning. Morales and Seager with first inning RBIs.
Joe Beimel getting loose, so it looks like Felix's night is done. Felix ended up with 7 innings. Again, a tough night for him.
Breaking ball hit foul. Mariners have the best bullpen in the American League over in the National League. Washington third behind San Diego and San Francisco.
Again, the Nationals #1 in ERA. Quality starting staff and a really good bullpen. ERA under 3.
Jackson behind 0-2. Did go. Could not hold up. Corey Blazer, first base umpire. It's the second time in a check swing Jackson's been retired.
This looked like a split, down and in, out able to check his swing. A couple of strikeouts now for Storen.
That's 10 strikeouts this evening of Mariner hitters. Exactly.
And one of the few Mariners having a good night. Dustin 2 for 3 with a triple and a scored a run.
Strike 1. Four home runs by the Washington Nationals off of Felix Hernandez. First time that's happened in Felix's career. Rendon, Worth, Desmond, and Ramos. All going yard against Felix. 1-1 to Ackley. At the end of the bat, charging is Desmond. Throws and gets it. Storen has a 1-2-3 7th. The Mariners have seen 3, 6, 8 in a row retired, trailing 5-2.
There's trail it right now by 3-5-2. And we want to remind you to tweet your photos, hashtag Mariners fan photo, to have it shown on an upcoming broadcast. And we also want to introduce you to Katie Sullivan, who is kicking off her holiday weekend right. And clearly we have some diehards. Look at those Kings quarters. There's 3 different T-shirts in there. Angie Mentink with you here at the Ford Sports Desk. And yes, we continue to update you on the wild card race. But we also pause to remind you that it's all very interconnected right now, because the Mariners and the Detroit Tigers are neck and neck in the wild card standings. But it's the Kansas City Royals who have a very slim lead on the Tigers in the Central. And right now, after this final 6-1 Cleveland takes it, that is down to a half a game tomorrow. They could be chasing the Mariners for the second wild card spot if the Mariners somehow could come back tonight. Guys.
A lot of things working here. This final 30 games. Thank you, Angie. Joe Beimel takes over for Felix Hernandez, his first hitter, the veteran Adam LaRoche.
Mariners have the shift on. If you take a look at the numbers with Felix, 10 hits. 4 home runs tonight. That's the difference in this one. He threw 103 pitches, 69 of them for strikes, but 4 home runs allowed for Felix. And Beimel, a 1.60 ERA for Beimel.
Penalizing a slow curve in there for strike 2. Two from Beimel. There's Seager, shifted over. Second time that LaRoche has grounded out Seager in that shift. Labor Day sale. Save 50%. Get MLB.com at Bat Premium. Features for only $4.99. Follow every Mariners game with live look-ins, replay, reviews, live radio broadcast, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Download from the App Store. Sale's going to end soon. Visit Mariners.com today. And Desmond, infield hit, homer, and reached on a fielder's choice.
Tyler Clippard, hard-throwing right-hander for the Nationals. So he will pitch the 8th inning.
He's got a 7-3 record, an ERA of 1.88. One and two. Nobody on and a 1-2 pitch. Got by Zanino 2-2. Washington Nationals, they started this road trip in Philly, lost all 3. They lead here. From here they go to LA Monday. Who do they face? Clayton Kershaw. Long run for Eddie Chavez.
He was over in right center field. Not much of a chance to get there. Beimel being careful with Desmond. All the pitches away from him. Probably a good idea. 22 home runs on the air. He's already homered tonight. You can see the location of that last pitch. Outside corner and down.
Desmond, 3rd consecutive year, 20 or more home runs. 5th year in the bigs after 6 years in the minors. Full count. Desmond gets time. Just the second strikeout of a Washington hitter this evening. 2 away.
Well, take a look at it. Good fastball. Actually right in the middle of the plate, and Desmond swings through it. Bimo, the only Mariner reliever that doesn't throw 90 plus, but having a great year. A 1.60 ERA. The start of this game today.
Bryce Harper. It's hit pretty well. Deep center field. Jackson back. Leaps. And he cannot get it. That's the fifth. The fifth Washington home run tonight for Harper. His 8th. RBI's number 26. Yowza. Home runs this evening.
Well, this is a tough lineup to have to deal with, and a lot of power in their lineup. Harper missed a lot of time this year. Talented young player for the Nationals. That is his 8th home run of the year. As you see Austin Jackson trying to bring it back in.
He got through that ball, didn't he? We were talking about it earlier about how he didn't cheat himself. He got through that one. 2 outs and 1 in. Here's Ramos.
A lot of carry on it. High fly ball.
First time the Mariners allowed 4 or more home runs in a ball game this season.
Brandon Maurer up for the 2nd time of the game, getting loose in the Mariner pen.
Washington Nationals certainly brought their own fireworks tonight.
Well, they've been a hot team. The Mariners have too, but so have the Nationals. And again, good lineup. Tough lineup to deal with.
1-2.
Good changeup.
Since August 1st, the Mariners have been averaging 4.75 runs per ball game. The Nationals at 4.65. Home run difference here tonight. 5 home runs. That gives Washington 121 on the season. The Mariners had 105 home runs. Two. Run full count. And home run given up by Joe, just the 3rd this year. As you look at Cabrera, twice bounced into double plays and fouled out. That's tagged. Deep center field. Jackson gonna watch it sail out of here. Goodness gracious. Wilson Ramos with his 2nd home run tonight. Gives him 9 on the season. And Nats go back-to-back here in the 8th.
And we're going to get a pitching change. Trent Jewett going to come out and get Brandon Maurer.
What a home run barrage tonight by the Washington Nationals. 6 home runs. That young man makes a nice catch. But a 7-2 lead for the Nationals, and it feels like twice as many or twice as much on the lead. All Washington pitching change. Take a break. Come back right after this. Washington Nationals. They've taken Mariner pitching out of the yard 6 times. Pitching change in Brendan Maurer. He's going to come in and take over for Joe Beimel, who got 2 quick outs and then gave up back-to-back homers to center field off the bats of Harper and Ramos.
4.92 ERA for Maurer, 45 strikeouts, 19 walks. Opponent's hitting .268.
Last time the Mariners gave up this many home runs, June 20 of 2012 at Arizona. Vargy got lit up that day. Jason Vargas.
I remember that game.
What a night for Wilson Ramos, the catcher. 2 home runs tonight. 2 of the 6. Cabrera has bounced into a double play twice. And he's going to be put away here with that ground out to the first baseman Logan Morrison. What an inning. Back-to-back homers by Harper and Ramos have extended the lead to 7-2. Nationals come to town and unload for 6 home runs, 4 of them off of Felix Hernandez. First time he's given up 4 in one ball game, and then Joe Beimel gave up home runs to Harper and Ramos in the 8th.
One of those great pitching matchups, they don't always work out for you.
I hear you.
That was the case tonight. Tyler Clippard will take over, a 1.88 ERA, 70 strikeouts and 57 and a third. It's a lot of strikeouts. Opponent's hitting 195 against Clippard. Hard throwing right-hander with a good slider.
Third pitcher tonight, Drew Storen, threw a 1-2-3 seventh with 2 strikeouts.
Robinson Cano, he's been on base all 3 times. He's walked and has a couple of singles, both base hits going to left field.
Pitch by Clippard, strike 1. One here to Cano. Popped up. Second baseman Cabrera back. Makes the play. As the Mariners' hunt for the postseason continues, now is the time for you to get on board by putting a deposit down on 2015 season tickets. You'll not only get a great seat location for next year, but you'll receive priority for the 2014 postseason tickets. Join Mariners lineup as a season ticket holder and enjoy exclusive benefits all year long. For more info, visit mariners.com/15. one to Kendrys Morales. 2 for 3. Fernando Rodney heating up. Albert Pujols is homered for the Angels. They lead the Athletics 4-0 in the 7th.
Rodney needs some work. He hasn't pitched in 5 days. So he'll pitch in the 9th.
Two. 7 runs on 12 hits, 6 of them home runs for the Nationals. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Mariners. Runs coming in the first inning. Morales and Seager with the RBIs. And holding on to that foul tip is Ramos. 2 away. That's 11 Mariners struck out tonight.
And another off-speed pitch gets Cano to pop up. And Morales out in front. You can see how far out in front he was. Good job by Ramos to hang on to it.
Kyle Seager, RBI single in the first, and then a strikeout, looking and a pop to short. Coming in, pumping strikes. Rick waits. Tough night for his crew, pitching staff. Up and in to Seager, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And it's sky. Catcher taking charge. That's Ramos putting it away on 1-2-3 inning. Mariners getting mowed down by the Washington pitching staff. Fernando Rodney going to get some work when we come back. On Root Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. by Pizza Hut. Make it great. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Weather-wise, beauty-wise, just gorgeous tonight here in Seattle. 7-2 Nationals. Here's Angie Mentink.
Guys, unfortunately, the only in-game fireworks have been off the Nats' bats. But a reminder that coming up tonight, right after this game is over, we have got our final Friday fireworks show. We will bring it to you live. That is coming up on our Mariners postgame, presented by Delta Airlines. And also, we'll let you know what's going on inside the clubhouse, what the players are saying after this one, how rare this game was for Felix Hernandez, and we'll also hear from Trent Jewett, acting skipper as well. It's all coming up on the Mariners postgame, presented by Delta Airlines. Guy, it's been over a month since the Mariners lost back-to-back games. I don't want to get used to this.
It is that time of year with this team competing. Yeah, it's difficult, but they'll have to bounce back tomorrow. Maybe bounce back even tonight. They've had 11 consecutive hitters retired as Fernando Rodney takes over.
Well, obviously not a save opportunity, but it's been 5 days since Rodney has been on the mound, so he'll get some work in tonight. Good fastball. He'll be 92 to 98 miles an hour with his fastball and a great changeup.
Wasting a little time as Nate Scherholtz rounds out to Morrison, one away. Top of the order, and Denard Span. Span tonight is 1 for 4. That one got away. Span 2 for 9 against Fernando Rodney. Well, it tells it all right there. It's been a home run derby tonight by these Washington Nationals. They've taken Mariner pitching out of the yard 6 times, twice by Wilson Ramos. Ramos, the Nationals catcher.
Former Mariner Rafael Soriano getting loose in the pen for the Nationals.
Solid base hit to right. Head of the count, took advantage. Food Sports looking for the ultimate Northwest fan in the state of Idaho for just a few more days. Send us your photo and story using hashtag #UltimateNWFanID or by email. And you could win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, a personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, visit rootsports.com.
Anthony Rendon, a triple away from the cycle. Time was called.
Somebody's K card got away.
Yeah, ended up on the field. Rendon, a home run in the first, walk in the third, base hit in the fifth, and a double in the seventh.
Want to know to Rendon? But off the plate. Back-to-back hitters now. Fernando behind 2-0. Top of the 8th. Angels holding off Oakland 4-0. Quick one. Good pass at it, 3-2.
Rodney so far topping out at 95 miles an hour. The last fastball, that's a good run on it. Able to get it in on the hands of Rendon at 93.
Actually a long run coming on. Can't get it, base hit.
What a night.
I'll say. A 4-hit night with a walk, home run, 2 runs scored. 4 for 4.
Well, he's fooled on it. It's a 3-2 changeup right off the end of the bat, but he finds some outfield grass. Dustin Ackley was playing deep out in left field and not able to get to it.
One out, 2 on for Jason Worth.
And there's the former Mariner, Rafael Soriano.
First time Worth and Rodney are squaring off.
And so far 11 pitches, 5 strikes for Rodney.
There's the 1-0. Swing. Washington with a run in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the 8th. Banged out 14 hits. Rodney 3-0. He's behind. LaRoche on deck. There's a strike, 3-1. Strike on the outside corner. Worth thought he had loaded the bases. 1 out, 2 on. 3-2 pitch coming up.
Medina is now getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Right below us. Wheels are working, Mike.
They are. There's Medina.
First time in 5 days, Rodney on the mound. Here we go, 3-2, 2 on. Almost hitting, bases are loaded. Got a heck of a spot here. 1 out, bases loaded for Adam LaRoche. LaRoche tonight 0 for 4, twice grounded out to Kyle Seager. Let's put on a shift against him. Nationals as a team at .330 hitting team with the bases loaded.
Rodney threw that last fastball with some anger. 97 miles an hour.
Roche at 375 hitter, bases loaded this season. 3 for 8. One. Two and one. It is labor.
Well, 20 pitches, 9 strikes for him. Strange closers. Typically, when they come in these situations, see it time and time again. Without that adrenaline of the save on the line, see them struggle with their command.
2 and 1, 1 out, bases loaded. That's hit a long way, deep left center field, long run. Jackson makes the catch. Runner at third, Span scores easily. Rendon tags from second, goes to third. RBI LaRoche, his 70th. It's an 8-2 Washington lead.
I didn't think of that one.
Bring up in Desmond. He's had a good night. Strike one. Really sprinkled the RBIs around this batting order. Washington tonight. Rendon with 1, 2 for Worth. Roche with an RBI. Desmond with an RBI. Harper and Ramos was driven in 2 with 2 home runs. El Soriano. Team used to heat up. Two balls, 1 strike.
24 pitches in the inning for Rodney. Sacrifice fly the first time they scored a run. That wasn't because of the home run.
Wow, 3 and 1. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners at the corners. Bouncing ball to Taylor. Flips to Cano to get the final out. Sac fly by LaRoche, plates another run for the Washington Nationals. Mariners need a lot of work done in the ninth. They've had 11 consecutive hitters retired by Washington pitching, and Soriano is going to take over now. Nationals. Big lead of 8-2. They've hit 6 home runs against Mariner pitching tonight. And former Mariner Rafael Soriano will take over now.
For Soriano, 29 saves on the year. This is not a save opportunity. He has blown 5 of them, though. At 51 and 2/3, he has 48 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 198 against him. Haven't seen him in a long time. He used to throw a lot of cut fastballs, and I think he still does. Just doesn't have the same velocity that he used to, but he has been around for a while.
Top 10 in saves in the National League. He's going to get Mike Zunino, Logan Morrison, and Chris Taylor. Zunino, tough night. Fly to center, 2 strikeouts. And 2 strikes. Fist. 22. Mariner bats have really been shut down. 11 consecutive hitters have been retired. And there have been 11 strikeouts this evening. Puts it in play. LaRoche taking himself to the bag, 1 away.
It's one of the things that we talked about, Dave, at the start of this game. It's going to be important for both teams, whoever's going to win the game, to probably score first and score a few runs early, because it's going to be difficult to come back. Both pitching staffs are so good. It'll be tough to come back on them.
Bullpen's really good, no doubt about it. Matt Williams, first-year manager. Here's Logan Morrison. He struck out twice and fouled out. Third baseman Rendon. Here's the 1-1. Side. Jody Blevins, well-traveled Jody Blevins. Yep. In front of Gary Hill on the radio side. Logan Morrison trying to get a hit off of Soriano, who was with the Mariners from 02 to 06 before going to Atlanta, Tampa Bay, New York, and now in his second year with Washington. Strike 3 call. 2 down. Third time almost caved this evening. First time looking. It's 12 Mariner batters struck out this evening. A tough night. Two outs, nobody on, ninth inning, 8-2. Washington. Here's Chris Taylor. 0 for 3.
Still throwing the cutter, but just doesn't have the velocity that he used to. Right now he relies on location. And that first pitch right on the outside corner. Good slider.
He has nice easy motion. Makes that ball do some things. 5 years with Seattle, 3 with Atlanta, 2 with Washington, 2 with the Yankees, and 1 at Tampa Bay. Rafael Soriano. Here's the 0-2 to Taylor. Fouls it off. Trent Jewett filling in for Lloyd McClendon, who's back in Indiana. Daughter getting married tomorrow. Lloyd will be back with us on Sunday. Here's the 0-2. There's a base hit. That ends a run of 12 consecutive hitters retired. Bring up Endy Chavez.
Took a slider, able to stay on it, down in the middle of the plate.
Endy tonight 0 for 3, couple strikeouts. Sandwich in between was a fly to left. Jason Worth, a 2-run homer. All the other home runs were solo blast. Catcher Wilson Ramos with 2, and Endy left field gets some gap. Chris Taylor to third. They're going to wave him. And no throw. Endy Chavez RBI double. It's an 8-3 ball game. Endy picking up an RBI. His 10th double, his 19th run batted in. Counting with 2 outs here in the 9th.
Cutter able to stay inside of it, slicing it into the left center field gap. Good speed from Taylor. Harper was able to cut it off, but Taylor with his speed still able to score from first.
There's Austin Jackson 0 for 4. He struck out 3 times. First run scored by the Mariners since the first inning. Base hit. They'll hold Endy at third. Harper got a great throwing run. Plus 2 outs, obviously. Down big. Whatever it takes.
And Jerry Blevins is up again. Soriano now with 21 pitches in the inning, 14 strikes.
So I'm back to what you were talking about before. When you don't have that juice, the adrenaline, this mental,
just the focus, I think, with them more than they just don't have the same focus, and
sense of urgency is different.
Exactly.
They're good at walking that tightrope, and it's just not there
when they need it. But and for Soriano, he's been that guy for a long time. So just getting an inning's worth of work. But now I'm starting to make it interesting. Dustin Ackley has swung the bat well.
2 outs, 2 on.
Dustin 2 for 4 with a triple. Scored a run.
Go. Check down the third. Did not. 1-1.
Have to believe this will be Soriano's last hitter. Blevins getting loose in a hurry.
Slicing drive hit deep. Span catches at the belt, and that's the ball game. 8-3 win for the Nationals. They pound out 6 home runs. They look really good doing it, too. They take the first game of this series, and the Mariners